So the last you heard from me was last week. I was about to go babysit. I almost said kidnap. That was weird. Babysit my friend's kids, and I said I was terrified of it. And then you didn't hear anything else from me, so you might have wondered: did they eat me? Did they destroy me? Did I survive? I did. I survived. It was okay. They're good kids. The daughter is the oldest. She's about 5. The son is about 2. When I first got there, my buddy was like, okay, so if you need to change his diaper, here's where you do it. And he takes me to like the little diaper changing area. And I was like, okay. And he was like, yeah, you just do this. And I was like, okay, so you use the wipe and where do you throw the wipe away? And it was like, well, you just put the wipe in the diaper and then you fold it all up and you do this. And he kind of stopped and he looked at me and he went, you've done this before, right? And I was like, no. And he was like, you don't have any nieces or nephews or anything? And I was like, no. And he was going, oh, well, you probably won't have to do it. And it turned out I didn't. I was just like praying the whole night, please don't poop your pants because I don't want to have to deal with that. It's probably not that big a deal. Truth be told, and I know how this sounds, I actually have to wipe my dog's butt every night. Zoe, who is passed out right over here, she's a French Bulldog, and French Bulldogs are just built in this way that's not normal because they're genetic weirdos and, you know, Frankenstein dogs. And she actually can't clean herself down there the way most dogs can. Like, she just physically can't do it. So I have to wipe her when she goes out to do her business. When she comes back in, I have to wipe her. Especially if I'm about to go to bed because we let her sleep in our bed with us. And if I don't do that, then the sheets get gross. So if I had to wipe this kid's butt, it wouldn't have been the end of the world. I might have been a little traumatized, but I would have survived. By far the most awkward part, though, was when I told them it was time to go to bed. And I guess the routine is you go in there and you tell the little girl, get in your pajamas. The boy was already in his pajamas. And then you sit down on a thing, they pull out a book, you read a story to them, and then they go to bed. And the girl being older, she just kind of climbs in bed and it's all good. The little one, you gotta coax a little bit to go into bed. So I go, like, literally the kid grabs my hand and he starts pulling me toward the room, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do what you want. I'll do what you're telling me to do, little 2-year-old. You've got the power here. And so he walks me into the room. She says, okay, I'm going to get into my pajamas. And I'm like, all right, fine. So I'm sitting there. He's up on my lap, and I've got the book. And she strips naked. Now, I am not used to being around naked children. I don't know how to handle this. And at first I'm like, all right, whatever. She's changing clothes. And, yeah. But then she gets naked and then decides, I'm just going to hang out for a little bit. And she starts telling me stories about school, and she starts wanting to show me stuff from school and her outfits and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, hey, can you put your pajamas on? Can you put your pajamas on, please? And she would like start to do it, and then she'd get distracted, and I'd be like, hey, aren't you cold? Don't you want to put your pajamas on? And finally I got her to put her pajamas on. But the entire time I'm freaked out because I don't know how to handle that. I'm like, I don't want to be like, oh my God, and like that's what I'm saying inside my head is like, geez. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to give this girl a complex and give her body shaming issues or something. Like, am I going to react just the wrong way and she's going to wind up on a stripper pole someday because that one guy when he was babysitting looked at me weird or something, So... So the whole time I'm just like focused on the book. I'm like, yes, okay. And she'd say something, I'm like, all right, and then she would come over. I'm like, hey, why don't you put your pajamas on? And then finally she put her pajamas on. And it was just kind of one of those funny, awkward things. I'm guessing that's a normal thing. I guess kids like to walk around naked. I'm just not used to it. And the thing that struck me later on, though, is what an alpha move that is. Like if it was just an adult that just stripped naked in front of you and was like, what are you going to do about it? Like, that's an alpha move. That's just like daring somebody to say something. It's like, yeah, what you going to do? You're going to sit there and pretend like this is normal? This shit ain't normal. Anyway, there was plenty of awkwardness. I am weird around kids, but it worked. It was fine. They went to bed, and then they slept, and then I got out my computer and I worked on video scripts and stuff, so it was all good. Just the whole time I was like, how do I deal with this so that she doesn't wind up on a pole someday and I don't wind up on Dateline? So I think I just gave you way too much information. And with that, I think I will sign off. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Later.